me ask you this. How much do you try to fit in a month, a week, maybe even a day? I mean, I confess my answer doesn't always make me smile. I can easily work 10 to 11 to 12 hours a day if I let myself, or encourage myself. I can get caught up in worship planning and writing and reading and preparing and writing some more. And I like to plan ahead. I like to be in front of things. What about you? Any other workaholics with me? There are seasons that call all of us to do more. Maybe tax season, the end of the year, Christmas. For me, wedding season, seasons of parenting, seasons of grief that we navigate, seasons of aging. But this deep focus, this attention to the busy, is it really good for us? Is it the way to live our best life? Maybe we need another word to speak into our busy today. This is Exodus 34, 21 to 22, and this is the Message paraphrase. Work 6 days and rest the seventh. Stop working during plowing and harvesting. Keep the Feast of Weeks with the first cutting of the wheat harvest and the Feast of Ingathering at the turn of the year. A true encouragement to work 6 days is a full week, and for some even more than a full week. But an encouragement to work well, but then the encouragement to rest, to create a rhythm. Even in the midst of the busy season, the plowing and the harvesting, we're to work, we're to rest, and we're to celebrate. But really, reality can be a hard challenge, can't it? I mean, to get it all done. Have you ever wished for a 27-hour day? You know, some days that sounds good, just more time to get more done. By the way, I'm a Hallmark girl, and there is a Hallmark movie that's titled The 27-Hour Day. It's about a woman who needs to reset her life, to find a better work-life balance, she's told. By the end of the movie, this is what the main character says. Even though my life is full of activity, there was nothing that mattered to my heart, like really looking at the stars or noting even how even a small smile from someone can stay with you for a long time, even after they're gone. I want to live every moment. When we're busy, some of those moments pass us by. Oh, how I want to live every moment well. So I'm learning to practice. The easy to read says Luke 34, 21 and 22 this way. You will work for 6 days, but on the seventh day, you must rest. You must rest even during the times of planting and harvesting. Celebrate the festival of harvest. Use the first grain from the wheat harvest for this festival. And then in the fall, celebrate the festival of shelters. Actually, I began to practice intentionally about 20 years ago. I learned that I needed to create intentional rhythm in my life, space to experience rest and to celebrate all that God was doing in and through my work. We often don't celebrate nearly enough. We're so busy getting the next thing done. And let me tell you, it makes a true difference physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. In this passage, we're not encouraged to be lazy, to not work. We're encouraged to work 6 days a week. But that may not all be business. It could be a combination of home responsibilities, family responsibilities, work responsibilities. But remember, back then it was a pretty agricultural and nomadic culture. But work is put in a rhythm of rest in celebration. The Voice says it this way: you are to work 6 days, but when that 7th day comes, you are to observe a Sabbath and rest. Even when it's time to plow and harvest, you must still rest on the 7th day. Also, you are to celebrate the Feast of Weeks, when the first fruits from the wheat harvest are gathered. And when 1 year ends, another begins. Celebrate the ingathering feast. We are to celebrate. We are to work. We are to rest. We are to celebrate. We are to put all of this in a rhythm of our lives that makes us healthier, that makes us attentive, that makes us see what God has in mind for all of us. So when we can do this, then we can encourage others to do this. The busyness in our lives may need to slow down a bit. Pray with me. Whew, what a season. A season of busyness for so many. But maybe every season is busy for someone. The school season starts us back up again, and teachers get ready and students get prepared. And then we move into fall, and it's harvest time, and we need to prepare for that. And then in November, it's Thanksgiving time, and we need to get busy and ready for all that comes in that season. Christmas, we're so busy with preparing for a holiday that we sometimes miss the breath. We miss the celebration. And then January comes around, then February and March and April. It just keeps going if we let it. You teach us that we need to work. And when we work, we need to be attentive and be focused. But then we need to rest. We need to pause. We need to rest. Sometimes it's not just shifting gears. Sometimes it's really mean we need to rest, sleep, catch up, find things that are relaxing for us, that fill us with joy, creativity, imagination. And then we're to celebrate how we see you have worked for the produce that has come, whether it's agricultural produce or produce that has worked, things that have been produced in our lives, like relationships, growth. And we need to celebrate, to thank you, to praise you, and to thank those around us. Say, join in the celebration. We don't celebrate enough. We get so busy in getting our tasks done. As soon as one task is done, it's time to start the next task. And sometimes those tasks overlap. And so we never take a pace, make a space and pause and rest and celebrate. Forgive us when we don't. Teach us how. Help us to pause. Help us to rest and celebrate. May we do all of this in a way that brings you honor and glory. Thank you, Creator, Redeemer, and Sustainer. Amen. Kathy, now help us again. Teach us more ways to breathe, because breathing can be part of that rhythm. It can help us to relax, to rest, to let go. Thanks, my friend.
Sometimes when the seasons change, without us even realizing it, there's some anxiety or anxiousness that creeps into our lives. And one of the breathing techniques is to do sipping breath on the inhale and then a complete exhale. So it might look something like this. Sip, 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 exhale. Sip, sip, sip through mouth, exhale. Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. You can even vary it by having your inhale with your mouth and the exhale through the nose. So sipping in through your mouth, close lips, exhale through nose. I hope you enjoyed this breathing.